Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Z once again, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can determine how many calories you have in your puff puff. So if you're a puff puff lover, you want to stick to this video so that when you want to eat your puff puff, you know how many pieces of it you should take such that you won't add so much weight eating it. So yeah, let's get right into this video. So first thing first, you want to get your flour. Here is my flour. I'm already sieving it. So for this recipe, I'm using 4 cups of flour, right? 1 cup of flour is 440 calories. Since I'm using 4, I'm going to multiply by 4, which will give me 1,760 calories. So guys, I'm using 4 cups of flour, and there are 1,760 calories in the 4 cups of flour. So I'm just going to pour everything in my sieve, as you guys can see, and then sieve everything out. So watch me. So the next step is to add your yeast. This is my yeast. It's an instant yeast, so I don't need to pour it in hot water or anything. Since it's instant, I'll just pour it into my flour directly. So I'm using 1 tablespoon of instant yeast. Yeah. Then the next ingredient I'm using is sugar. Yes, we all use sugar in our puff puff. Here is my sugar, and I'm going to be using 1 full cup of sugar. Can you guys see? Yes, so I'm just going to pour the sugar into my flour too, and then I'm just going to mix together. Then next thing after that is my milk. This is optional. Some people don't add milk, but I'm adding almond milk, 1 cup of almond milk, yeah, to make it rich. And that 1 cup of almond milk is 30 calories. So right now I have all my ingredients here ready, and the next step is just for me to mix everything together. So okay, yeah, no, there's still one thing remaining. My cinnamon, I'm adding just a teaspoon of cinnamon. Yes guys, just a teaspoon of cinnamon. Yeah, and after adding the cinnamon, I'm going to start mixing my puff puff dough together. Yeah, so guys, while I'm mixing the puff puff dough, there are things that I would like to let you know, which are the calories in the 1 cup of sugar that we used, the calories in the 1 tablespoon of yeast, the calories in the 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So for the sugar, we used 1 cup of sugar, and that one has 773 calories. For the yeast, we used 1 tablespoon of yeast, which has 35 calories. For the cinnamon, we used 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, which has 6 calories. So those are the calorie contents in the ingredients that we have used in our puff puff dough so far, right? So now let's continue with the mixing of the dough. Make sure to add water as needed while you're mixing the dough, because if it's too thick, you need to add some water to, make it moderate, right? So add water as you go so that you can get to the consistency of dough that you want. Yeah. Yeah guys, this is the consistency that I want. As you guys can see, it's like the normal consistency of puff puff dough, right? Yeah, so this is it. The next thing is to get your cover, and then cover the bowl and put it in a warm place for about 20 minutes to 30 minutes for the dough to rise. Yes, so guys, I'm Z once again. In case you don't know me, I talk about everything: weight loss, calories, and all of those things, exposing you to all of these things that you need to know about you losing weight and you maintaining your weight. So if you haven't subscribed, Please do well to subscribe. Please click on the notification bell to know anytime I post a new video. Yes, guys. So this is what my dough looks like after rising, guys. It has risen and this is what it looks like. So the next step is to fry the puff puff dough into puff puff. Yeah, so I'm using 4 cups of oil to fry it. So I've already added the first one. This is the second one. So this is the second cup. I'm going to add 2 more to make it 4 cups of oil. You all know that to fry puff puff you need a lot of oil in there. You need the puff puff to be floating on top of the oil so that it can form well and it can rise well and it won't burn. Yeah, so 4 cups of oil. Don't worry, I'm not going to use everything. After frying the puff puff, I'm going to pour the remaining oil away and measure how much oil the puff puff actually soaked. Yes, guys, so this is me adding the puff puff dough into the frying pan to fry. Yeah, so watch me as I do that. Yeah, guys, this is what my puff puff looks like after frying. You guys can see it's like the normal size of puff puff you get in Nigeria. This is like, I think for those that sell it, this should be like 10 naira or 20 naira per one. Yeah, so this is what my puff puff looks like. Now it's time for us to measure the remaining oil in the frying pan. First, leave the oil to cool down so when you're measuring, it doesn't burn your measuring cups. Yeah, so let's measure the oil. This is the first cup, right? First cup. From it we're going to measure everything and see how many or how much oil the top and puff puff soaked while we were frying. So this is the second one. Yeah, can you guys see? This is the second one. We're going to do the third and then see what remains from in the frying pan. This is the third one. Yeah, so you guys can see it's just about 3 cups that remains. You guys remember we used 4 cups at the beginning when we wanted to start frying, and then right now is about 3 cups that is remaining and some little one inside the frying pan. I'm going to measure that little oil remaining to see how many tablespoon will remain. I think this should be about 1 tablespoon, but yeah, let's measure so that we can be sure it's actually 1 tablespoon, right? So I'm going to get my tablespoon to measure right now. Yeah, that's my 1 tablespoon. So I'm just going to measure the oil. So guys, see, yeah, I got it. It's just 1 tablespoon. So guys, this is the calorie calculation of the ingredients in the puff puff. Please don't mind my writing, just manage it like that. Yeah, so now let's start with the ingredients and the measurement. The first thing, you'll see 4 cups of flour. You remember I used 4 cups of flour while making the dough, and that gave me 1760 calories. Then I used 1 cup of sugar, which gave me 773 calories. I used 1 tablespoon of instant yeast, which gave me 35 calories. I used 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, which gave me 6 calories. Then I used 4 cups of oil to fry the dough, and that 4 cups of oil is 7640 calories, guys. Remember that after frying, I allowed the oil to cool down, then now measured the remaining oil in the frying pan. And then when I measured, I got 3 cups and 1 tablespoon. So that 3 cups and 1 tablespoon is 5850 calories. So now next step is for us to get the total amount of oil soaked in by the puff puff and the calories in it. So the puff puff soaked in 1790 calories. I got that by subtracting the 5850 from the 7640, and it gave me 1790 calories of oil soaked in by the puff puff. Now it's time to calculate the total calories in our puff puff. Yeah, and then calculate the calories per piece. So I added all of this together, the 4 cups of flour for 1760, the 773 calories for sugar, the 35 for the yeast, the 6 for the cinnamon, and the 1790 for the oil soaked in by the puff puff. And then after adding everything together, I got a total of so after adding everything together, I got a total of 4,364 calories. Guys, we have 4,364 calories in the whole puff puff. So after frying the puff puff gave me about 37 pieces. Yeah, I got 37 pieces from the whole dough of puff puff that I fried. Now, to get the calorie in one piece of the puff puff, what I'm going to do is to divide my total, which is 4,360 calories, by my 37 pieces, and that gave me 117.9 calories. If you approximate that, you have 118 calories. So guys, we have 118 calories in one piece of puff puff. So if you are craving puff puff and you want to eat puff puff, there are ways you can eat your puff puff and lose weight while eating it. One way is for you not to eat so much of it. Now that you know the amount of calories in one piece of puff puff and you know it is 118, all you have to do is don't go beyond 3 pieces. It's not like you want to eat puff puff, then you not be ordering like 10 pieces, eating 10 pieces or 15 pieces, or no. 10 pieces will be too much. Your calorie will be going into 1,000 and something. But if you reduce it to like 3 pieces, that will be about 300 and something calories, which is still manageable, right? So if you want to eat puff puff, please reduce the portion, don't go beyond 3 pieces, and that 3 pieces is about 300 and something calories. Another thing you can do is to replace that puff puff with your meal. So if you haven't eaten breakfast or you haven't eaten lunch and you are craving puff puff, you can get 3 pieces of puff puff and make it a meal. Eat it as your lunch or as your breakfast. Don't eat the puff puff as a snack, then go ahead to eat breakfast or lunch again. No, that's added calories. If you only take the puff puff as your lunch or as your breakfast, the calories in it will serve as the calories that you're supposed to take for your lunch or breakfast. So that way you can eat your puff puff, enjoy your puff puff, and still not add weight while eating it. So this is a way you can enjoy your Nigerian snacks without adding weight while enjoying them. Yeah guys, that is it for me today. I remain Z. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like this video. If you have any question for me, please comment down in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer all of your questions and to clear all of your confusion.